like to welcome Ken, the artist of the minute, and say how honoured we are as a gallery to represent your amazing pieces. I really love the way your work draws people in and instigates conversations and people thinking about and remembering their experiences that arise from the world you create. So thank you very much for that.
Well, thank you, Joan.
And I'll hand over to you.
All right, will you stay there, Elira? Could you please stand here? Before I even start, I just want to say, you're finishing this year, you deserve your rest. I'd like a huge round of applause for people who've made other people's dreams come true. I'm going to give Thank you. I just want to stress that has made people's dreams come true. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, you know, I could go on, but that's in its essence.
Thank you.
So, this is my painting. I will do a shouty 3 minutes, and then, if it's okay, I'm going to move amongst you and just ask if there are any questions, because one person's question is not interesting to another, but I would love to answer anything about anything. So, this is where we live, and there's Cape Lewin, naturalist end for north, yelling up with the lagoon and the reef, then Smith's Beach, and I think that's Castle Rocks. I sometimes put in the aquarium now that you can get there, Injida, or now that it's easy to get there. There's Canal Rocks, Injida, Kawarama, the mouth of the Margaret River with the river flowing through, then Narrabut and Thank you. Join with me. As I say, I won't speak for long. Yep, Redgate, and God, I've just lost it. Anyway, there's another town down the end that is good for snorkeling. Up the top is Barana Forest, and then you come down Bustle Highway into Margaret River. There's the old bridge with the river flowing down, and Caves Road Bridge, Caves Road with the road going through the forest, the vineyards. And I'll just do this. And Kawarama, Bustle Highway, Dunsborough, Bustleton, that building, the long jetty, and then Mila, Eagle Bay, Bunkers Bay, Little Shelley Beach, and then we come to Perth. There's the Roundhouse, the Container Boat, and Fremantle, and the harbour, and then Moslems Park, and Cottesloe, and then all the way down to Floria Beach with the reserve there, and then a little jewel box of a city with all the bridges leaping over the river. And this is the sound of swans flying overhead at night. And up here we have little tribes of wrens, little families of wrens zipping back and forth, and the cockatoo screeching, and way up in the trees, the birds that I heard when I used to paint representationally, but never knew what I was listening to. But now you can go on YouTube and I can tell that they're scarlet robins and yellow robins and spotted partalotes and 40-spot partalote, and all the sounds that I heard that are there now. And then of course Rottnest with the basin and Thompson's Bay and the 2 lighthouses. And this is the old salt stores, which extends beyond that, but has these funny little attempts at something classical, and the salt lakes. And these are the ships coming and going, but in a wider sense they're full of the beautiful promise of modernity and everything that can make life easier to live and more. And these are 2 whales, and in one sense they're just whales. I'm not particularly interested in it, but in a broader sense they're blue whales, which are the biggest thing that's ever lived. So if I ever need a reminder that the life I'm living now, and the only one that I'm ever going to get, is the most wonderful thing that's ever happened and the most spectacular, and not something in the past or in the future, blue whale is a good metaphor for it, because it's a bit abstruse, but also they have kids and they commute. And that I really love. So I will finish at this because I'd sooner, if I can, I'd like to stand next to you, over time. And if there's any questions about the technique, I would like to say that if you can imagine, this painting is done with modelling paste. It's a proprietary product. It's made for this reason. It comes in big buckets and it looks like white acrylic paint. And I get a gigantic 8 by 2 inch fence brush and slop it all over, and then get a 2mm 6B clutch pencil, mechanical pencil, and just draw into it. And the modelling paste is white, and the clutch pencil, you can just see the lead line. So you get about an hour to work on an area like this, and you can paint over it and make corrections. And so it's a shining white wet slab of modelling paste, and in this bit you can shove the brush in and rough it up and get ocean textures. And then later, if I want a more refined detail, I can engrave in with a cutting disc from an engraving tool. So I'll just leave it at that. There's a technique. And I could walk back in front of the painting and keep on going, but I won't. So thank you so much for coming. I've got to point out that this is heaven for me. And it's absolutely wonderful to do this indulgence. It's not a compliment for you two. It's a real thrill. I was in this gallery, I think in 1988. I had paintings here, and it's grown and it's improved, and this is a wonderful area, and the lives lived here can be wonderful lives. And as I say, it's heaven for me to be here in this gallery. It's lovely. So I'll finish now, and I shall talk to you.